everyone, I'm Charlotte and this is The Daily, where we talk all things skincare, fashion, fitness, and nutrition for women over 40. So today I'm going to be sharing a really pretty fall makeup look. I've added a few makeup pieces to my collection and they are total game changers and you really have to stay tuned. And I'm also going to be sharing a story time today, so it's going to be a lot of fun. If you like videos like this one, would you make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel? Without further ado, let's get started. So let's go ahead and get started. I have changed up my makeup a little bit. So I have some things here that I just picked up. Not expensive, but game changers. Game changers for all you black eyeliner girlies. I could not get away from black eyeliner. I literally have tried so many different eyeliners and I keep going back to my favorite Maybelline, the little red pencil. Everything will be down in my description box just if you want to shop any of the stuff. You don't have to. I'm just sharing some looks and you can emulate these kinds of looks with whatever palettes you might have at home. But I figured it'd be a little bit of a story time because whenever I share the story of how my husband and I met, it's very eye-opening, I guess you could say. If you haven't noticed, my little Ralphie is making an appearance. He's in the background. He has gotten so big and he's such a good dog. Come here, Ralphie. Do you want to say hi? Come over here. Oh my goodness. He's standing on 2 feet right now and he's just the cuddliest little guy and just this, the sweetest little guy. I'm trying to get him to talk, so I don't know if that's gonna work out. I'm really trying because he's a good guy. I'm using mostly drugstore makeup today, and then I will also use a few little products that are not drugstore, but I'll try to mention that to you. But first I'm gonna put a little bit of primer. I'm not really gonna put it all over my face, just in certain areas. And I'm gonna start off with my chin and then these little marionette lines, if that's what you call them. And then Cupid's bow area. I'm gonna put a little bit on that dark spot because it is very difficult for makeup to adhere there and stay. Right in between where the 11s are, right up above the brows. And I'm gonna put just a dab over by the crow's feet, just because you wanna kind of fill those in sort of like it's a spackle, if you know what I mean. So it doesn't have to go everywhere, and if you have any large pores throughout here, you can put it there too. Wherever you have some unevenness. I'm gonna mix the 110 and the 118. This is Maybelline Fit Me, and I like to mix, but what I put underneath that is the e.l.f. This is the Halo Glow. I'll try to list and link the shades of everything because I might not be able to read them unless I put my glasses on. So I'm gonna put this on under my foundation. Sometimes I use this as a foundation, but not today. Today, I'm gonna give you more of a foundation-y kind of look. So there's a lot of products involved, but I'll try to be sparing because after all, I just want to enhance. I'm not trying to create a mask. Let's get into the story time. So I met my husband. We met online, actually, 16 years ago. We met online. It's definitely more of a thing these days to find your spouse online. It's not really frowned upon. It's kind of the way that people are doing it these days. But back then, you didn't really want to tell anybody that you were meeting people online. I had just opened up an account and I was browsing around to find friends that I could connect with. And I came across this handsome guy and I wasn't there for the wrong reasons, if you know what I'm saying. So I just reached out to him. He lived probably about 30 minutes from where I lived at the time. And I reached out and I just said, hey, do you want to be friends? It was very casual. So, he accepted my friend request, and we started chatting. Not too much, just a sentence here and there, just a couple sentences. It wasn't anything crazy, no long and drawn out phone calls or anything else. We were just chatting these like one-line sentences. I don't think I mentioned this, but I mixed these two together and then I just put that on my hand here and I'm dipping. I just mixed it together. So he said, if you're ever in my area and you're out with your friends and I'm out with mine, you can text me, here's my number. And maybe we can meet up and actually get to know meet up and actually meet each other in person. Be harmless because, we'd all be with our friends. And we did, we met up. Well, we went to the place where they were hanging out, just when texting was kind of starting to become popular. I wasn't doing a lot of texting at that point. So, hey, we're here. This is by Pixie, and this is a bronzer. This is new to me. It's called On the Glow Bronze. This is a beautiful shade, and if you are bronzing because you're self-tanning, I'm not self-tanning today, but I'm still gonna show you what this looks like. It's amazing. It's such a beautiful color, and it blends so nicely. So I'm just going to apply that, and then I'll blend it together. So anyway, we ended up going to this place. It was kind of like a dinner club. I said, hey, we're here. And he's like, well, we're over here, you know, and my friend and I are like kind of walking around searching for where he said he was going to be with his friends. And we couldn't find him. But by the way, when I set up my account, it was totally crazy. It was definitely not savvy when it came to setting up an account. It was very cheesy. I didn't know what to kind of upload. And so I guess he was probably a little skeptical. Like, is this a catfish? Is this really her? You know? So I couldn't find him. And he was watching me with his friends. They were all watching as we were walking back and forth, and the music was playing. And you know what? I got kind of tired of it. I was just like over it. I was like, listen, we've got to go. We're going. I texted him this. And we're walking out the door, and he meets us at the door. And he's like, Charlotte? And I'm like, yeah. We were definitely interested in each other at first sight. And then from there, maybe we go out to dinner, like a real date, because, you know, it was loud and, you know, with our friends. And why don't we just go out, you know, like make a date of it? I mean, we obviously had each other's numbers already, but we started kind of texting back and forth. And I was really the kind of girl that didn't want to work too hard. I mean, I was 35. And even though you don't want to play games, you're done with games, you kind of still have to play a little bit, I feel like. Like, you have to kind of keep it going, you know? And we met kind of in between, and because I wasn't going to drive the distance, because I guess I was a little stubborn, and I guess he was okay with that because he agreed to it. So we started dating. It was like we started dating, and I think it took about 2 months before I asked, hey, listen, I was like, you know, other guys are asking me out, and I just got to know. Are we dating exclusively? And he's like, yeah, you can be my girlfriend. So I thought that was really cute. By the way, I put some of this Tarte concealer in my Cupid's bow and right here in my eye area. And I'll tell you what the color is, like in my description box. But I don't want to lose my train of thought. So anyway, we started dating, and he proposed to me 7 months later, and we got married at a beautiful spot in town. At our reception, my older kids put together a PowerPoint as kids in high school would do, which I thought was really cute. But we had, you know, lots and lots of people. We had a kind of a quaint wedding, but I mean, there was plenty of people there. They decided to do this PowerPoint, and they kind of said, well, how do two older people meet these days? And then they put up the big, you know, the logo of MySpace. And by that time, everybody realized that we had met online. We were just telling people where we physically met. We didn't really say how we connected initially. And so everybody kind of gasped, but in a nice way. It wasn't like, how dare you, but more like, wow, you know. But I will say that we definitely complement each other. You know, opposites attract, but we are the same in so many ways. I just used a little bit of translucent powder on a fluffy brush, and I patted that underneath my eyes to set it. I didn't do anything crazy because I don't want a lot of extra powder there. And then I just pressed the powder where I think I need it to stay, where I see it to be shiny or anything like that. So that's just what I did. Laura Geller, this is in the color Light, but I really love this, a Balance and Brighten. I kind of look at it as a bronzing foundation. So I take a big powder brush and I just kind of go around just like that. And it gives just enough of the balance and brightening. So that's what I do. You can meet people all over the place these days. But you know, I'm so thankful that I found him. And I think God sent him to me, really. But this is my bronzer. This is Huda Beauty Toasted. It's by Benefit, and it's just a bronzer. I don't want to put a whole lot on it. I'm just doing the threes. Just the threes. a little extra without putting on like the lashes and stuff like that. So Laura Geller Baked Blush, and it's Tropic Hues. It's such a beautiful color and just adds just a pretty pop to the cheeks. And so that's what I'm doing. Oh, and I also bring it around my chin, by the way. And this is just a like Real Techniques blush brush. And I put it a little bit up top, just for a little base, a little on the side of my nose, just wherever I want a little pop of pink. That's where I put it. This is Balance and Brighten French Vanilla highlighter. And I'm just gonna add that because it doesn't have a lot of shimmer. It might have a little satin, but what I love about it is it's not really shimmery. I'm not gonna worry about using a brush. A lot of times I do use my finger. I just feel like it works so well. And I feel like, you know, you are pressing the product in versus dusting it across. Just be really careful not to drag your eye. But this gives a nice base. So this is gonna brighten my eye up. I kind of stayed awake a little bit later last night than I had planned. I was up working and time just got away from me. So it's fall break right now. So this is my new palette. It's a Neutral Territory palette by Morphe. I'm loving the Morphe products right now. This is a beautiful palette. Not quite as warm as I'd like it, but it does have some warm tones. Those are nice. They have good color payout. I'm gonna be using, to begin with, I'm gonna use this brownish color, this caramely brownie color down here. I'm just gonna take that across my the top of my movable lid and into the crease and just a little above. That's gonna help to kind of camouflage. If you have hooded eyes, it camouflages it just a little bit. If you just take that and run it not only in your crease, but a little above and a little below the crease. My eye is not ultra hooded at this point, but I do feel like sometimes when I get like my Dysport, or Botox. I've been getting Dysport lately. But I find that when I get that, sometimes, even though she's staying really high, that a couple of weeks into it, I feel like my eyes droop a little bit. I have a little bit less eyelid. It's really interesting. So that's when I really take that shadow and do like the shadow tricks with it. Now I'm going to take just my finger, this blackish color, as well as this darker brown. And it's on my finger so that it's nice and dense. And I'm gonna make a V. Now you can do this with a brush and it's totally okay to use your finger, no problem. So as long as, I mean, I feel like you can kind of get a better color payout when you use your finger, to be honest with you. And I'm going to swirl it around the corners and I'm just gonna give it a little bit of contrast. I'm not really taking it all the way over, keeping it in the corner, keeping it pretty focused there on the corner. And I'm just gonna blend. Blend until you don't see any lines that separate. But everything should be blending together nicely. And so if I had my other palette over here, something a little more orangey, I would put a little bit more orangey on each side as well. This, again, that I put on the base, and I'm going to just run it across my movable eyelid right there. And then I'm gonna take it right in the corner, just to brighten it up. Right in the corner. And then I'm also gonna take it right above where I place the eyeshadow, just right above, just giving it a little bit of a highlight. And we're gonna take it, we're even gonna give it even more of a highlight after I do my brows when I'm cleaning up, so that's really pretty. So that is beautiful, and it's kind of a fall kind of a look. If you see anything shiny, take your brush that you put into that translucent powder and just kind of run it through there. But honestly, I have dry skin, so I don't mind just a little bit of satiny kind of glisten. I feel like they're just less condensed right through the ends, right through the tails. So I do spend a little more time now on the brow, and I'm just taking this e.l.f. brow pencil in the color Blonde, which is a really good, it's kind of a no-fail type of brow pencil, and I'm starting with that. So that's how I'm starting. I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Oops. And this is just something that I want to outline my brow with, so I can take it from where I see a lot of the condensed hair and follow it along. And you don't want to pull the brow down. You do want to keep it kind of up so that it doesn't drag your eye down. And then you do the same thing to underneath the brow, and you just follow the line of your natural brow. And that's all you do. And I may not do much more than that. You want to have a light hand at the front of the brow. It's such a difference. And I also want to say, I don't like matching my hair, my brows with my hair. That's not really what I'm trying to do. Although I did my roots recently and it is kind of matching my hair. I like my eyebrows to be a little bit darker than my hair. Definitely something you should pick up if you're a blonde or a light brown. This is Brow Fix by Milani. This is like my second palette and it works. I use it in a couple of different ways, but a little bit of the lighter brown, like taupey, a little bit of the darker brown. Add a little bit of detail to the brow. I'll show it to you in a minute. Filling in the brow. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna go through and we're going to etch out the brows. And if you've seen my other videos, you know what a great trick this is. And by the way, I also use this when my hair starts to get rooty, like grays. I use this dark brown, I put it on my finger and I literally brush it through and it's so good. This will definitely help you in a pinch. This is a great shade, especially if you're blonde or maybe a light brown and you want to get those grays and you're going to dinner, you're going somewhere and you want something to help you like right now, this is gonna help you. So now what I'm gonna do is take just a little bit of this, which is a little more shimmery. It's a little more on the metallic side, I guess. And you're just gonna wanna put it in the front, or this is what I'm doing at least, putting it just in the front of my movable eyelid and kind of touching that corner, just like that. And it's gonna brighten it up a little bit. You wanna try not to get it underneath because you don't want something like this to point out your, I guess for lack of better words, point out the fine lines, okay? So I'm gonna take a flat brush just like this. I don't know the number of this, I've had this one for years, but a flat brush like this. This is by MAC. I'm gonna take a MAC concealer. This is a potted concealer. I've had this one for years too. These last forever. I mean, honestly, I don't know how long I've had it. It hasn't gone bad, which I'm really happy about. At least I don't think it still does the trick. So I just take it and I go underneath the eye. See, I'm gonna do it in the mirror and I'm gonna show you the difference, but it's really hard for me to do it. I have to get kind of close and I don't have my glasses on. So let me do one at a time so you can actually see what the difference is and how come it is such a good trick. It is really a great trick. Okay, so do you see that this one is so much more sculpted and so much more highlighted underneath and versus this one? But I'm gonna just take it underneath and it just works really nicely as a highlighter as well. So you wanna make sure that you blend it out. Make sure you take a look in your 10X mirror or whatever and take a look and make sure this all, that it's all nice and blended. This is the best brown I've ever come across. Okay, this is by Pixie. Okay, this one is called Bronze Beam. Bronze Beam. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I have tried so many browns that have made me look tired. That's why I keep going back to black, but black is just such a hard color. So this is the best, and let me show you. I'm gonna show you right now, hang on. So I'm just gonna take it, and I'm gonna go into the corners. I'm gonna take it across, right by the actual lash, and I'm pulling gently, but if you can do it without pulling, that's the best. And don't take it down, but take it up. Kind of just a line that doesn't match up with the eyelid, but it goes out a little bit, very close to the waterline. Beautiful. I'm gonna do the same to the other side. Hang on. Okay, that is such a pretty color. If you've been looking for a brown that's gonna knock your socks off, that's gonna be beautiful. It's kind of a cream color right on the inside just to wake up my eyes. I'm gonna curl my lashes. I'm not putting lashes on today. For so many years, I have used a black mascara and I have discovered that brown is so beautiful and you just need to try it. This is, I think, Lash Paradise. The formulation of this one isn't the best in my opinion, but I love the color. I'm just kind of doing it and trying not to make faces, okay? Because I'm trying to be real, but I don't want to make these faces that I would normally make when I put mascara on. I don't know why we always do that. And it's just such a beautiful color. Now, I've got a new lip combo as well. This is by Morphe. This is so beautiful. It is it's called Sweet Tea. And I use that to begin with. I'm just gonna line my lips. And then I'm gonna line the top, and I have a lip trick. So first, you wanna line them just as they are on the very outside of them. And you're going to connect the two. And you're not going to connect here. Okay, so you're just gonna go to about here on both sides if you can. This is a satin nude color, and I'm gonna take just a brush, a lip brush, and I'm gonna brush to get rid of the line. And I'm gonna take this color, this is a Sephora color, and it's a Sephora brand, and I'm just gonna go over that line again. And it is the most beautiful combination. Such a beautiful combination. That's my fall look. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just gonna pull it out of that rubber band. And I've got to get going, but this is so beautiful. I'm gonna try to list and link everything, but you know what? The brown is a game changer. I will say that that's what I've come away with this, and I hope that if you have been trying to find a brown that suits you, this Bronze Beam is beautiful by Pixie, and the brown mascara is also a game changer. I think it just softens the look so much, and it's just definitely a fall. It's just a fall inspired makeup look. And then of course, I love the lipstick combo, and I hope you guys do too. So until next time, have a wonderful day. God bless you.